Welcome. Thank you for watching. This session is about managing the product categories for your toy store website. We're going to go into the back end of our site, and we're going to go to our shopping cart, and we're going to look at the categories that we have. Each of your sites comes pre-populated with categories. You can rename these categories, you can turn some off, you can make new ones, you can organize them into subcategories. You can do a lot of things with your categories. You have total control. This is the category tree in the back end of your site. This is where you're managing them. This other tab is the front end of our demo site, and these are how the categories look on the front end. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to change Arts and Crafts to another name. It's as simple as clicking on it. I can change it to Crafts and Arts if I want. And I can save it. The name has changed. If I wanted to change it back, I can just simply click back into it, highlight it, hit start typing Arts, and I see that it's already there. I can choose it, save, and it's back to its original name. The other thing you might want to do with your pre-populated categories is unpublish the ones that don't apply to what you want to sell. You can unpublish lots of them, or even just the, if you're not doing video games, you can take those out. I'm going to unpublish several of them to show you how it's done. I can either do it one at a time by clicking this box, clicking this check mark. In the published column, there are these green check marks. If I click this under active play, it changes to having a big red X on active play in the published column. And if I look at it on the front end of the site, I'm going to go here, active play. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to refresh my screen, which reloads the screen. And active play is gone. It happens instantly. As soon as you unpublish something on the front end of your site, on the back end of your site, someone coming to the front end is not going to see it. So unpublishing things one at a time, I can just click on the checkbox and it turns into a big red X. If I want to turn them back on, I just click the X and it turns into a check mark. So I can go back to the front end, I can hit the refresh button, and I can see that Action Figures has come back. If I wanted to unpublish a lot, say I've only got 8 things that I want to show categories for on my site, I can come down here and I can say, oh, no action figures, no active play, no baby, definitely no bathtub toys, no books and movies, no clothing. So I can go down this checkbox and I can hit the unpublish icon up here at the top right, where most of your icons to handle things on your site are. Unpublish icon, press that, and it goes through, and all of these guys now have the big red X. And so if I look at the front end of my site, refresh it, oh, there's a whole lot less. If I wanted to really get crazy and only leave a couple of them on, I can click this box here at the top, and it checks every single one of them, and then I can uncheck the ones that I actually still want to publish. I'm going to have Puppets and Plush, Push, Pull, and Ride, Gift Certificates, and Baby. So then I'm going to say, oh, all these are checked. I'm going to unpublish them. I go to the front end of my site again. I'm going to hit the reload button, and we're going to see that this comes up, and there's very, very little here. The ones that didn't get these ones here, video games and software, and the product browse layouts, and the ZZZ test thing, they were on the second page, and so they weren't selected when I selected them all. So you want to check things. Go to the front of your site, reload, see what's going on. So maybe I've reconsidered and I would actually like to sell some things on my site. Oh look, they're all unpublished, but I can click that, everything's checked. I can say, oh, publish them. Go back here to the front end of my site, reload, they're all back again. I can also create new categories. These are categories that come into my site, plus some more that I've created. I can make new ones very simply. I just go up here to the right corner of my site. There's a new button. I hit new, and it's creating a new category right here. I'm going to pull down a little bit so we can see more. I go category name. I'd like to make something called downloadable music. And this is a category I'm going to let people download songs that I'm going to make up and sing. So I'm going to add a category description, and this is really useful because this is what Google is going to see and find, and it's also what Google is going to display about this category. So if somebody's looking for downloadable kid music from a toy store, the page might come back, oh, downloadable music, and then the description here is what's going to show up underneath the Google result. So I've created a short description, and I'm going to save this category. I say save. So now my downloadable music category has come up at the very end because it's the last thing I made, and it has an ID number. That's this column. This is the list order. Actually, these are the ID numbers over here on the left. This list order is how they're going to show up on my site. And everything here has been set to be alphabetic, and it's been set alphabetically by all having the same number. And so then when they all have the same number, your website will say, oh, I should put these in alphabetical order. And so this one has come up with the next biggest number, and it's down at the bottom. So I want to put it into the list in alphabetical order. So I'm going to put 11, just like the other ones, and I'm going to hit save with this save icon right here. And now if I go to the front end of my site and I hit the reload button, I should see downloadable music tucked in here right under dolls and doll accessories. I can make subcategories, and I can add them underneath downloadable music. I can make a new category, and I can call it Songs About Your Child. I can make a category description, and I can save it. And then it's down here at the very bottom. I'm going to set this to go 50, even though it's going to come right over the end. And I'm going to say, I'm going to choose my Songs About Your Child. I'm going to click on it. And now I'm going to make it, I'm going to make it a child of downloadable music. And down here underneath the editing window, underneath the list order, I'm going to get the parent, where default top level is its choice. That puts it's right in the top list. Default top level, that's what that means. I'm going to choose a new parent item. I'm going to make it a child of downloadable music, and that's as simple as choosing it. It says parent, downloadable music. I'm going to go up to the top, and I'm going to hit save. So now I've saved it, and if I go to the front end here, and I hit reload, downloadable music now has a subcategory called Songs About Your Child. If I've decided that maybe I would like downloadable music to be at the top because I think it's the most important thing that I'm selling and I want people to know that it's a new thing they can get, I'm going to push it all the way up to the top, and I can simply do that by changing its number over here. Just a moment ago we set them all to be 11 so that they would be alphabetic. And here we're going to go and we're going to find out what the lowest number is. Looks like 10. I'm going to set downloadable music to have a number of 5, which should put it above this one, and I'm going to hit save. This is the little icon. So it's jumped up here. I'm going to look on the front end of my site. I'm going to reload it, and it's jumped up to the top. But I see that I don't have any. I'd like to have an image here. I can have, here if I look on Shop Online, I can have these images, these category icons. I'm going to show you how to make a category icon associated with downloadable music. So I'm going to upload a new category icon image to my new category, and we're going to go over how to actually make those category icon images in another session. But to add one is simple. You just click on your downloadable music. It opens up. There's a category information in the Images tab. Click the Images tab. It comes to the front, and you'll want to be making a thumbnail image. putting it over here won't work. Go to Thumbnail, click Browse, and I'm going to click on the icon that I made. I'm going to double click it. Here it is. I'm going to hit Save. And now when I go to the front end of my site and I hit the Reload button up here, I get a new category icon. And that's how that's done. It's as simple as that, and thank you very much for your time.